just give you an overview of the class and then we can talk later more about it. But walking into this class, I really had no idea what to expect. It was a class of 10, so I knew it was probably going to get cozy. And knowing Dr. Keller, I knew it was going to be a little different from the others, maybe in a league of its own. We'll see. And so my first exposure really to IACB was through this class. I'll tell you a little bit about one of the projects we worked on at the beginning, but basically we had several assignments on a floating syllabus, which was intended to be more real world, so that we could kind of go with the flow if something was more interesting to us or whatnot. So our first assignment was to create a LinkedIn profile. Through that, we made contact with an IACB member, began emailing back and forth with them, and then eventually phone interviewed them, asking them anything related to their career, to their involvement in IACB, and any advice they had for us. And the assignment was a bit intimidating overall, I'd say, but anything that gets a student's feet wet professionally is a really good thing. So, and then we had a couple other assignments, and one of them was a create your own assignment, which frightened me because I don't know how to make up my own assignment. He gave us loose guidelines like you can listen to a podcast, attend a webinar, do something with IABC, interview another professional, and I was like, what do I create my own assignment? You're supposed to do that. How am I supposed to do that? I was freaking out because I like structure, so having to do that was a little bit out of my bubble. But anyway, I eventually created the idea to interview my aunt, who's here, who owns her own bioscience consulting group here in San Diego, and her company is a product of Web 2.0 and totally sustains through social media. So I thought she'd be the perfect person to ask about what's current in social media and how I should get involved with it. And she basically told me, get as involved as you can in social media now because it's only just going to get bigger and bigger. And she encouraged me to read the book Meatball Sunday by Seth Godin, who I passed along to Dr. Keller, and both of us have read that, and it kind of overviews what social media is related to marketing. So jot that down. It's a good resource.
What's the name? Meatball Sunday?
Meatball Sunday. And so throughout the semester, I kept in contact with Mimi, and she became a resource as I was processing this giant of social media, trying to figure out what my role in it was. And then because of that, she offered me an internship with her last summer. So Dr. Keller and I met to discuss that possibility and determined that it would be a great follow-up to this class. And so in the name of Web 2.0, it was a virtual internship because I live in Illinois and she lives here. So we connected via the web over the projects that I had. And that was all a result of this class, so I'm definitely grateful for that. So then starting in the middle of the semester, we began our final project where IABC was our client, basically. And Jana White, who's over there a minute ago, she must have slipped out, National Student Director of IABC, we worked with her, and the end goal was to really update the student webpage. She wanted a student's perspective on maybe things that it was lacking, our areas of improvement, just any input that we had. So we started by breaking up into teams of two. My partner and I looked at other student organizations' websites to see what they had to offer, what was good about those, what made you click again and again at their website to keep you there. Other duo partners looked at other websites that students traffic, what makes them appealing, what keeps students there. And then we combined a lot of other research and gave a final presentation to Jana in real time via Adobe Connect and over the findings that we had created about the webpage. And we actually received a pretty detailed critique from Dr. Keller as we had let a few things slip through the cracks through this presentation. And all part of the learning process. And another benefit to our critique was Jana and a couple of her colleagues also watched our presentation and they gave us feedback as well. So another thing that got our feet wet professionally. So if that helps at all, students need to get their feet wet, so to speak, in this world. So all those assignments help to create that. And that's been my experience with IABC. I really didn't know about about it beforehand, other than an upperclassman telling me it was a good idea to get involved. So maybe we can talk later about a good way to explain it to a student who doesn't really know what a professional organization is. And I'm going to turn it over to Kelly now, who's going to talk about her experience with IABC in the mentoring program.
Alright, thanks Sam. So as she mentioned, my name's Kelly.